That's funny because Keith Fenner and I were just talking about that today. We wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for Keith Fenner. He was the very first person I ever watched on YouTube, and I was looking for a very specific thing that I had to fix. And I found one of his videos that was specifically targeted to what I wanted to do. And just watching a video answered every one of my questions, and I was able to go out in the shop and complete what I was trying to do. And so we have Keith Fenner to thank for that. And I thought, how cool is that I was able to just go on the internet, do a quick search, and find exactly what I was looking for. And I wanted to be that guy. So I started making videos because of Keith Fenner.
So if you're trying to start a YouTube channel or grow it, don't focus on that, because that's just not how it works. You know, yes, there's some fundamentals that really help. You know, good audio, good decent video. It doesn't mean you got to spend a lot of money. The audio one in particular, you know, as cheap as a $30 lav mic can work. And if you don't have that stuff, no worries, but don't do it. Save up until you can get it, because unfortunately there could be great content that people aren't going to watch because it's just not fun in this day and age where we get some pretty good you know, audio and video. But most importantly is people watch for the content. I think I actually read some sort of survey that YouTube did that most people watch YouTube for 30% because it's good content, but 70% because they enjoy the person or personality behind it. So what makes you tick?
I wanted to do it to not only help myself, but anytime I learned something, I didn't want to just hold on to that information and knowledge. I wanted to be able to share it. Although it was a different format, everyone learns differently, and maybe I put something in a certain way or term that people would be able to understand easier.
I would say participate with your viewers' comments and questions, and try to interact with your viewers on what you got to find out what they're interested in to create more views. But I still say be yourself and push what's real.
I use just about anything I can come up with for sometimes a camera mount. I will stick a GoPro mount on something, or prop up a GoPro on to try to get the right angle so that people can see what I'm doing, because it's real important when you're narrating it for people to be able to see what you're actually doing instead of trying to imagine it in their head. So for me, I just use whatever I can find to get me where I need to be, even if it's a spring welding clamp, or sometimes I've even used a full soda can instead of GoPro, because it was just at the right height to get that where people's eyes could see where I was working.
Just keep doing what you do. The one thing that's maybe good or bad is that you do need to post regularly. Don't post 4 videos in a week and go a month or 2 without posting. Figure out a schedule that works for you, stick to it, and enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, it'll never last.
And keep putting it out there. Don't give up. That's the one drawback, is that just because you created 1, 2, 3 videos and you're not getting any action, just keep on going. It was probably a flat 100 videos before I came off that relatively flat line before I started climbing up.
A lot of my content is driven by viewer suggestions, questions. A lot of them want to know how I go about doing a project or why I did it. So I'll usually start from the beginning with a raw piece of metal. And for example, like I needed some more tool holders for my grizzly lathe. So I made tool holders and I video it, and I try to be descriptive of the type of cutting tools I'm using, how I'm doing the measurements, and how it fits up on the machine.